with it, in the hood with it. Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know, guys, we get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit the like and subscribe button. Ding. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel and it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and I'm very much appreciative. So thank you. I couldn't do it without you. So let's talk legs, brother. Let's talk Roach, brother. Let's talk Superwood, right? So welcome back to Superwood, the adventures of Superwood, the homeboy Roach, right? And Roach, well, he's just a different type of brother with different type of shenanigans, bro, right? My boy, he's a Superwood. And I've did many stories about him, man. And this story I wanted to tell is about a Edgar. I don't call him Edgars. He's a white Edgar, a Edgar, right? And this guy, he wasn't necessarily an Edgar, but he had the funny style haircut, the doom 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 doom. He was vanilla. He had the vanilla ice haircut, but before vanilla, right? And this just happened to be Roach's nephew. And so trip out on this story, right? So Roach calls me one day. He's like, "Hey brother, is it cool to talk?" I'm like, "Yeah, why? What's up? My phone's not tapped. Come on, brother. We don't play like that, right? We don't do wires. We don't do tappings. We don't do any of that funny shit." He's like, "Brother, this is real wood shit." I said, "Yeah, then why are you calling a Mexican?" "Shh, don't tell everybody," right? He's like, "Hey, brother, I need a favor." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Can you give me a ride to Sacramento?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't trying to go to Dwarfwood's pad, bro. Last time we went, it was crazy. I'm cool, bro." He's like, "Brother, you're gonna flake out on me, brother?" I'm like, "Nah, I mean, you got something for me?" He's like, "Brother, I'll give you a pelota." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not using this shit. I just, I'm trying to fucking come up and shit." He's like, "Brother, what do you want? A whole fucking zipper for the tripper?" I'm like, "Yeah, and I ain't talking jack, He's like, "Look, come through. I got you, brother, right? It's got legs too. Shelf fly from here to fucking there." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I take my time. That's the type of person I am. See, little did I know he needed a ride to the airport. I didn't know this shit. I thought the Vato just wanted to go fuck around, maybe drop something off, whatever. So he's ringing me off the hook, and I'm taking care of business, man. I'm with tortas. I'm eating at the taco truck. Hey, I'm just going on about my day. We'll get to the white man when we get to the white man, right? The brown man stays winning. So finally he calls me, "Where the fuck you at, brother?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm over here at the spot, man. I'll come through. I'll slide through." "Brother, we gotta hurry. It takes us about an hour to an hour and a half to get there. And brother, I need a ride to the fucking airport." I said, "Well, why didn't you say that? My nephew's coming from Arkansas." I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Another character, right? All right, I'll be there." So I pull up in the whip, and this motherfucker's waiting. He has a little briefcase, right? And I'm thinking, is he gonna fly out or what's going on, right? To what degree of fucking trip are we going on? This is a straight white man's trip. Hey, I don't know about you if you've ever been around real woods, but they always carry this little case, and in that case, they got him a nice little rig set up, right? This vault needs to stop at every rest stop and get Weller to Weller's. So, anyways, he jumps in, right? I can hear his mom, "Bring me back some fucking bagels. You brought cream cheese and you didn't bring bagels," right? And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's like, "Fuck you, Mexican." I'm like, "All right, cool. Yep." Hey, she was nicer this time. He's like, "Yeah, brother, she likes you." So anyways, we're cruising and I'm like, "Hey, well, who are we going to go pick up, bro?" He's like, "Yeah, we got to go pick up my fucking nephew. He keeps messing up over there in Arkansas. And my damn sister sent him over here, man. I don't know what I'm going to do with him." He's like, "But I got a gang of shit he could do in the backyard. I'm going to put his ass to work. That's what I'm going to do, brother." Right? I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm expecting some young white kid, I'm not expecting no Edgar, right? Anyways, so we pull up to Sacramento and he's like, "Hey brother, before we go to the airport," I'm like, "Well, what time does this fucking plane come in?" Comes in about 8:30. It's only 6. I'm like, "Bro, why were you calling me off the hook like this? It's fucking too early for this shit, right?" He's like, "Brother, shut up, brother." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Excuse me, brother. I forgot you don't play like that." I'm like, "Damn, bro, you be playing me out of pocket." He's like, "Let's slide over here to Bull Hurley and Lil Wood's house, right? Let's go over there to Dwarfwoods and just go chill out for a minute. You never know what we might get into." I'm like, "All right." So we go over there. Dwarfwood's right there, walking around like a Oompa Loompa, big Hurley Woods in the cuts, slamming. And so, of course, Roach gets right into the shenanigans. They're telling war stories, and I'm like, why? And I think to myself, I kind of sit back in a chair, a fucked up ass, rickety ass chair, right? I scoot the roaches off the chair, and I think to myself, how did I end up here? To what degree of white man shit am I doing here? I fought these guys in prison. We never got along. Because Roach is a good camarada, but at the same time, man, I should just leave his ass and go back home. Like, there's no place like home right now, Toto, and I'm trying to go there. Like, the last thing I want to do is get involved with these racist ass white people, right? And they're like, hey, brother, hey, remember that one time that fucking black dude, I was choking the shit out of him. I'm like, she be lying like a motherfucker. Knowing damn well, strike that reverse if the black dude was choking the shit out of him, right? I could tell you stories that they've told me, right? And they never lose. The Woods never lose. When it comes to Roach, they win even when they lose. Yeah, brother, that black dude was kicking the shit out of me, but it's all right. His shit was all scuffed up when we were done. I got him, brother. Right? I'm like, yeah, you scuffed up his shoe with your fucking head. So anyways, we go to pick up this kid. It's 8 o'clock, man. Dwarfwood jumps in the whip too. Can I go? I'm like, fuck, right? So you got to understand, Dwarfwood's all tatted back. Roach is blasted, right? So, and me, I'm light-skinned. I'm a light-skinned SA. So we look like some supremacists. I'm going to tell you that. That's the truth, right? So as we're walking, and them motherfuckers, one thing about Woods is they don't wear t-shirts. They only wear tank tops, right? Hey, black tank tops, hats flipped like this, long socks. You can see the tattoos through their socks. You ever seen a white man's legs? I haven't either. They're translucent. They're very bright, right? So people are like, oh shit, that's white for you, right? So we're walking, and everyone's looking because we're walking with a little person, right? So automatically all the kids are like, hey, can I pet him? Like, I don't know, I guess. Hey, can they pet you? I don't fuck around. I remember him saying that. So anyways, he was like, I don't want to be around children. I'm not good around children, right? So we get into the airport, and they only let us go to a certain point, and we're waiting on his nephew. Okay. And I'm in Sacramento at the time. I'm an active gang member at this point. So it is what it is. And the Edgar situation that's going on nowadays is not what was going on back then, right? But I call this kid an Edgar because he acted like one. He was this motherfucker, when they say white is right, brother, we do everything first, brother. He ain't lying, because this motherfucker was the original Edgar, the Edgar, right? So, bam, we're waiting and waiting. Finally, this kid comes walking up. And he's like, we got to hurry up and get to my... And I look at him and I'm like, oh no. The spin image of Roach, just with no mustache and the funny ass haircut. And it looks like someone just dropped a fucking pile of caca on the top of his head. A red pile. He's a ginger. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh no, bro. I don't even want someone like this in the backseat of my car, bro. Right? And he's like a little 18, 19-year-old kid. And he's like, hey man, nice to meet you. He's all tweaked out. This motherfucker's more spun than Roach. Roach is looking around like, brother, there's too many black people here. What is this? This is supposed to be fucking Sacramaniac, not fucking Black Memento, right? I'm like, oh shit. The little dude's like, yeah. I'm like, oh no, right? And I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like every time I'm around them, I feel like I'm on one. Just because, like, I don't know if it's the sweat that drips on me from them fucking being all sweaty and tweaked out. But whatever happens, for some reason, when I go home, I can never go to sleep. It takes a while. So anyways, we pick this kid up, right? And the kid's in the back seat. He's like, hey, uncle, I'm hungry. And Roach is like, hungry? Brother, we don't eat. Right? And I'm like, nah, they don't. I can give you the rundown, bro. And so the little kid, trip out on this, right? He's a Superwood too. This little kid, I didn't look close at his neck. He has a tattoo and it looked like a fucking, like some fucked up ass thunderbolt or some whatever he had right here. But really he had like a swastika with a little lightning bolt going through it, right? And I was like, damn, that shit, it looks like it got struck by lightning. And then I start to realize that he is a mix. He is a mix beyond anyone's wildest dreams. He's like, hey, bump some music. So I'm not going to lie. In my shit, I'm slapping, right? They're like, come on, brother. Put on Metallica, brother. Let's ride the lightning, right? I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to ride the lightning. Fuck it. Put on Pantera, vulgar display of power. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to have a vulgar display in my car. Brother, well, fuck it. Can we get some Marilyn Manson? He used to suck his own chorra. I'm like, nah, yeah, that's why I don't bump him. How do you know about that, right? And bro, I seen it one time on YouTube, right? So anyways, this kid's like, nah, bump some Tupac. And the car got quiet. I'm not going to lie. I was all for it. I was like, oh yeah, we can bump some Pac. I got Pac's greatest hits right here, right? Man, do you understand what Roach did? Okay, I don't know how Woods function with their family, because this was the first time I was ever going to see some crazy shit. This motherfucker reached back and slapped his dog shit out of him. What do you mean Tupac, brother? Right? And he was like, I'm sorry, uncle. I like Tupac, right? Slapped him again. We don't like them type of people around here, right? What's wrong with Tupac? And I'm thinking to myself, wait up, Roach. I was at your black old lady's pad 2 weeks ago. She has a big ass Tupac poster right in the living room. There's a picture of you when you were in prison, you know what I'm saying, looking all fucking crazy and all muscled out. And then there's a picture of Black Jesus and Tupac. Fuck you mean you don't like Tupac? That's your pad, right? Your kid looks like Tupac, right? I just didn't get it, right? But he's like, no, brother, we're going to have to teach this kid some manners, right? So we go to drop off Dwarfwood, right? And the whole time he's shaking his head, I don't know about this kid. I don't know about this kid, right? Get your ugly ass off the car right before I kick you like a football again. And so we make it back to Merced. And I'm like, all right, bro. He's like, hey, come through tomorrow, brother. Right? He's like, I got you. I was like, oh, bro, you're flaking. He's like, no, I got you. Brother, this shit right here, brother. Hey, look, I hit it and I never fucking quit it. I'm like, oh shit, this that good shit, huh? He's like, brother, I promise you, this is going to have every fucking chick, every dirt leg around here fucking screaming your name. I'm like, cool, shit. That's the type of shit I'm trying to get, right? So anyways, I drop him off. I go back, I tell my old lady, hey, we picked up this kid. He's like a hybrid. This fucking kid's weird. He has a funny ass haircut. He looks like Pontius Pilate took a shit on the top of his head. And at the same time, he has fucking a swastika, but he likes Tupac. She was like, yeah, your fucking friends are fucking a trip, right? I go, yeah, they're a trip. So anyways, bright and early in the morning, about 4, Roach is calling me. Oh no, right? He's like, brother, I need your help. I need your assistance. Get over here. Plus, I got that shit for you. Once I hear that he got something for me, it's cool because he usually plugs me in, hooks me up. He doesn't weigh shit out. He's a real wood. Like, woods don't weigh shit out. We don't use triple beam scales. Those are for blacks, right? Brother, we do it like this. He'll just grab it with his bare hands, throw it in there, and just lick his hand. And he'll be like, it's good, brother. I'm like, all right, yeah. He'd be like, brother, did you see what happened to my eyes once I licked my hand? I'm like, yeah. And in slow motion, it'd be like this. He'd be like, brother, it's good. His eyes get, and his mouth will start going. Right? He gets all spun out. So anyways, he has this fucking nephew in the backyard. I get there about 6 in the morning. I can lie hella early. I'm figuring I'll get this shit. I'll dip off. I already got a homegirl that wants to pick something up, right? And so he's like, brother, you're not going to stick around? I'm like, bro, the roosters haven't even crowed yet. It's too early for this shit, right? He has this youngster in the backyard mowing the lawn at 6 in the morning. I can hear the neighbors, shut the fuck up, right? And Roach is like, shut up, brother, right? So anyways, I'm right there. And the Edgar he's mowing the lawn. He stops. He's like, hey, what's up, bro? He's like, hey, can I talk to you, right? So Roach is in the house. His mom had made him a breakfast burrito that consists of eggs, no salt, no pepper, just eggs and a raw tortilla. Explain to me what it's mild salsa, but explain to me why it's, and I know, brother, not all of you guys are the same, but explain to me, woods that are in the chat, why do you guys eat egg burritos and you don't cook the tortilla? Cook the fucking tortilla. That's why it's all cracked and the eggs keep falling out. Cook it, bro. Throw it on a comal. Warm it up. You know what I mean? Why do they always use the microwave to warm up their tortillas and they stick together? I don't know, right? Brother, you want to come over for Taco Tuesday? Fuck, no, I don't. You know what I mean? That's not a taco. That right there smells like sabaco. Nah, I'm cool. But anyways, so he's in there his mom's hooking him up with Mom, we're out of mild salsa. Hey, brother, can you take me to the store? Nope. He said no, Mom. Right? You know, I'm like, fuck, no. Everything is no. Until he's like, well, I got dope for you. Yep, I got you, right? I already got you. I'm trying to make some money out of the situation. I ain't gonna hang around these white people for nothing. That's the truth, right? So anyways, the kid's like, hey, can I talk to you? I'm like, what's up, right? And I look close. This kid, he has his shirt off. It's 6 in the fucking morning. It's not even hot. It's like November, right? It's cold. This motherfucker got his shirt off. He's chisel-chested, skinny, sucked up as fuck. This motherfucker has a tattoo of Judas Priest on his chest. All fucked up. It's Rob Halford, all gay and shit. Looking all fucked up. And hey, and on his back shoulder right here, it's supposed to be a peacock, but it looks like a pheasant, right? He just has some fucked up ass tattoos, right? Hey, and this fool's like, hey man, is my uncle always like this, bro? Because where I come from, you know, we're cool with everyone. You know, I'm like, hey, bro, but what about that swastika? No. Last time I came over here, my uncle tattooed that on me. I was asleep and shit. And I'm like, nah, bro, right? And I'm looking at his haircut. I'm like, bro, to what degree of fucking mullet is that? Like, what do you got going on? He's like, this is going to be the style, bro. Like we're in Arkansas, we're ahead of the game. We're setting trends over there. And I'm like, nah, I really don't think Arkansas is setting trends. He's like, for reals, you know who's from Arkansas, right? I'm like, what? He's like, Bill Clinton. And he got his dick sucked in the fucking White House. See, we're setting trends, homie. I'm like, oh shit, right? This feels crazy. So Superwood comes out, right? And he's like, here. And he has his fucking nephew one of those fucked up burritos. And I don't know how hungry this kid was, but for as tweaked out as he was, this motherfucker could eat, right? And so I'm thinking, man, maybe this fucking dope that fucking Roach gave me isn't good, because this kid is definitely on it. You could tell he's sweating, he's all greasy, he's fucking spun out, but he smacked this burrito like this, straight to the dome, right? Raw tortilla and everything, right? Egg all hanging on his lip. And he's like, brother, we're going to go to my lady's house later on, man. She's going to make some bomb food. You want to go? So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to go because I want to see how he acts around his black old lady, because Roach changes. Roach, let me explain to you about Roach. When he's around his homies, this motherfucker is Aryan Vanguard, right? Hey, he's straight Red Rider, right? That about to be in that motherfucker like, hey, this is a white man's world. You're just in it, right? He'll be on like, some of that, hey, from now on, you're my personal errand boy. He be out his Big Al shit. Move over before I carpet myself with your black skin. He's on that type of shit, but around his old lady, he's real Nipsey Hussle-ish. No Bozo, not Bozo Hustle-ish, but Nipsey Hussle-ish, right? Trip out how he gets, right? All of a sudden, the Woods pants start sagging, right? I ain't even gonna lie. One time he tried to grow his hair out because now he's bald, but back then he had like long fucking scraggly hair. I ain't even gonna lie. One time I saw him with cornrows and I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. He's like, my old lady whipped my hair up. What do you think, brother? I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this, right? You got cornrows? I'm laughing. I'm like, damn, the Woods a trip. He's like, no, brother, the Vikings did it first. That's truth. That's fact, right? I'm like, okay, whatever, bro. You gonna go with that haircut into the hood and tell everyone you're a Viking now? He's like, brother, I got Viking blood. Look at my tattoo. He has a fucking Viking looking like that, getting choked out by a fucking Genghis Khan, right? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna like that, right? And this fool used to always wear this fucking heavy ass metal cross that he made in his fucking garage. It wasn't silver, wasn't platinum, wasn't gold. It was metal, and it was one of those fucking no, it wasn't a cross. It was like the Odin, the fucking thing of Odin, right? So he was all into Odinism and shit like that. So he had all these like gods and all these fucking tattooed all over. This right, yeah, this is Pegasus, brother. You see, yeah. That's fucking on, what's her name? Aphrodite. She's fucking licking. I'm like, you're making shit up, bro, as you go. Stop it, right? So anyways, we take his fucking nephew over there. I leave, I come back. It's about 11 o'clock. We slide, right? And as soon as we go in, his old lady's like, what's up, child? Right? She gives him a hug. And the kid's looking nervous. He's spun out, right? Roach gets there. He's like, babe, what'd you make? Right? And he's already getting into his black mode where he's starting to act like a brother, right? Like he always does. And you'll trip out. You'll just would trip out to see it, right? So anyways, I sit down. She's like, hey, what's up with you? And me and her are hella cool. I'm like, what's up, girl? And I know her. I went to school with her. I know her from way back. She's way younger than Roach, right? So I'm like, what's up with you? And her kids are running around, daddy. He's like, get away from me, little motherfuckers, right? And his nephew's there. And I ain't even gonna lie, she's bumping some Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on, right? And then Roach is like, turn it up, babe. I'm trying to get it on, right? He's got his fucking rig right there. There's kids running around. I'm like, oh, no. Got to get out of this house. He's like, take those little motherfuckers. I don't know why I had them. And send them upstairs, right? So his nephew's trying to guide him upstairs, right? And his nephew's like, uncle, they grew up. They're looking blacker than ever, right? And his old lady's like, why are you doing that in my living room, man? CPS is going to take our kids away again, right? And I'm right there. And this motherfucker's loading the rig up. He's like, honey, make me a big old plate of ham hock, right? He's doing his thing. Anyways, this is what happened with his nephew. We're kicking back. Everything's cool. His nephew's kind of tripping out. He's telling me, see, I told you, my uncle acts different. I'm like, oh, bro, you preaching to the choir. I already know, right? And he'll be like, this fucking food has legs, brother. Yeah, this shit right here, this is going to last. This right here, this is all I got to eat for about like 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks, right? Hey, give me a shot of coffee, right? This motherfucker's half in prison, half in a black house, half thinks he's Wood. He's just a little bit of everything, and he's spun out. So you go figure this one out, right? And anyway, so I'm chilling, and these black chicks come over. They're the homegirls of my homeboy Roach's old lady, right? Bad. I ain't gonna lie. Immediately, I'm on one. Like, what's up? Damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to cheat on my old lady. That I know for sure. Hey, but these are tweaker black chicks. Have you ever seen a tweaker black chick? Yeah, me either. Not up until this point, right? But I'm gonna tell you right now, they do something strange for a 16th and a piece of change, right? So these chicks are coming over. They're like, oh, it's good you're here, Roach. And they're already surrounding Roach. And I'm like, what about me? Well, the nephew is on him. He's in that motherfucker Edgar ring. He was like, what's happening? What's happening, right? Hey, his pants are sagging. His fucking nails, they have like a thin sheen of nail polish on them. And he has an Edgar haircut. Now I know what an Edgar haircut is. See, I didn't know back then. Like I said, I thought it was just I thought someone fucked him up, right? And I'm tripping like, what the fuck? And these black chicks turn, they're on him. Hey, I'm not going to lie. This motherfucker took one back to Roach's pad and didn't come up for air for about a week. Him and that black chick, it stunk like caca around that house. I went over there a couple times and I was like, damn, bro, what smells? Oh, it's my nephew who's in there getting it. He's in there getting it. I'm like, bro, what about if any of your homies come and see this shit? Well, I mean, that's on him, brother. What they do to him, they do to him. They don't say nothing to me, right? So anyways, the dude ended up being cool. He was a cool kid, a little wild, right? And it was my first interaction with the Edgar. He was actually a kid that, I don't want to say what the other derogatory term that they say, the wigga is what they say, right? I don't do that. I said it, but I didn't mean it. I'm not Ryan Garcia. But he was a white kid that thought he was black, but with a swastika on his neck, with an Edgar haircut. He's a hybrid. They're hybrids around that motherfucker. Dope does crazy shit to you. You know what I mean? His uncle's like, brother, come here. That was his test dummy. He was like, here, look, feel this. Boom, hit him in the neck. Hey, right? He'd be like, damn, that shit's good. He was fucking choking. And I'm like, is it good, right? I'm just saying that because I'm trying to slang that shit. Come up. It was just a crazy household. Anyways, that was my first interaction with Roach and his nephew, the Edgar. I never seen that kid again. What I heard, man, later on from Roach was he ended up catching a lot of time. He ended up getting caught up in like a bank robbery or something, went to the feds. I don't know, man. Roach be lying sometimes. He be telling stories that I know are not true. They're like, his stories are opposite. Like probably his nephew works at a bank and they robbed it. You know what I mean? So like, you can't believe anything. I'm telling you, every fight, he's won every fight. Yeah, there was the biggest black dude on the yard. Yeah, he didn't want to see me, Wood. He didn't want to see me, brother. Nah, he didn't want to see me. Truth is, the black dude fucking was extorting him for everything. Anyways, with that being said, man, I hope that you move with a purpose, man. That's Superwood for the day. I'll hit you guys with another one. We got Super Fight Night coming up later on. And I got a good one going on on Gunners Collective TV. Make sure you tap into all my spills. I'm going crazy today. I'll be going live. I'm dropping some shit. You know what it is. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the Collective Clips crown. And I'm going to continue to do what I does right here, man. That's entertain you to the best of my abilities. Thank you guys for listening to my stories. I appreciate you. The gun. What you going to do, brother, when Roach just puts a vial of shit in your neck? And it runs wild on you. The gun.